Oh, yes! We have the money. We got the money. All right, we're going to be looking at some cooking videos today. We're going to start off with this Pollo Asado al Carbon. If I butchered that, then I apologize to the Mexican people. Hell, I can barely speak English. Please forgive me. And we're going to be looking at a hot dog recipe as well. Let me make sure. Transmit. All right, there we are. Okay. Let's get into this.
One of mine and Terry's all-time favorite food to eat. We cook some every week. As a matter of fact, I don't know.
All right, so it looks like he's got two spatchcock chickens and some leg quarters.
Anyone who doesn't love a perfectly cooked.
So obviously, unless those are split bread, like he carved two. Fuck it.
Pollo asado. In this video, we're going to show you how most restaurants cook it and my favorite way to cook it in the backyard. We're going to spatchcock two birds, one with and one without the backbone, and we're also going to split one bird in half, which is the traditional Texas-style pollo asado. Now here's a pro tip. The secret to perfect cooking is fire control, especially in open fire cooking. And the second pro tip, always use a meat thermometer for perfect juicy chicken.
Yes, because chicken dries out in less time than it takes Scarlett Johansson to take a college kid to bed.
Don't listen to those keyboard haters that say they don't need a meat thermometer for perfect
really,
cooking.
Malcolm Jamal White-eyed? Fuck! I'm just gonna make sure here, real. Jamal Warner? Wait, that guy wasn't... Oh, God, it was. Jesus, he looked completely different. Fuck, he wasn't that old. He was only 54. What the hell did he die of? Oh, fuck. Accidental, Oh, shit, he drowned! Did he have a heart attack while he was in the pool? Asphyxiation. Oh, no. Oh, shit. He was caught by a high current in the water and was found Sunday after. Oh, shit. Caught an underground current, was just drug out to sea. Oh, shit. Well, hold on. I gotta get another beer anyway. I might as well do this. Malcolm Jamal Warner, this one's for you. Alright.
The reason they're typing is because they're still chewing their overcooked, dried out chicken. As long as you have a good recipe, good cooking technique, and fire, your family and your friends will love your barbecue. Now let's get fired up and grill some pollo asado. The way we traditionally do it here in South Texas, we'll take a whole chicken.
Same old phone? Nah. Upgrade to the new Galaxy Z Fold 7.
A man who works hard sweats hard.
Old Spice rider fights sweat, so coach thought I was slacking. So I trained with my Old Spice, and
We'll split it right down the middle. Now I usually do it with a big knife like this. And what I usually do is I split it right along the backbone, and then I split the other side of the backbone. And I'll usually split the backbone. We'll put it in a Ziploc bag and make us some chicken stock or chicken broth out of that. Another thing I like to do is trim the excess skin, like this front part. When you're grilling chicken over open fire, like we're gonna show you guys today, too much grease is gonna create more fire. Fire is good, it creates heat. But if you have too much grease, you're going to get a sooty color on your chicken from too much oil burning off in the fire. Most of these chickens have a big blob of fat right here. I like to trim that off as well. And you just scrape it off like that. See, that's about a whole tablespoon of fat right there. Get rid of that. There's a little bone sticking out here. I believe it's the wishbone. I like to go in here and trim that off too. So now we have two good looking chicken halves. One of them has the keel bone, what they call the keel bone, still here. This is generally going to be a little bit juicier than this one that does not have the protection of the keel bone. But generally, if you cook it right, it's still going to be very juicy and very moist. They say the chicken's ready when you can twist the drumstick all the way around and it comes loose. But I'm going to tell you, in order for that to work, you have to have that fire at the perfect temperature. Every pit's different, so 300 in yours may not be the same 300 as mine. 250 is, in my opinion, probably the ideal temperature. If you're cooking at 300 plus, that chicken's going to be way done long.
Malcolm Jamal Warner. The best thing he's known for is playing Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show. Died of an accidental drowning.
Before you can twist this leg. Now there's a couple of different ways you can spatchcock a chicken, okay? You can use a knife and just cut the backbone out. You gotta mark it on both sides. You can use your knife. If you have a good sharp knife, you can just cut right down the middle, just like that. Now, if you'd rather, you can also use the scissors like these right here. Now, if you're gonna smoke your chickens, whether it's low and slow or at a hot temperature, if you're not over direct fire, you can leave that fat on there and it will help add a little flavor and a little moisture to the chicken, in my opinion.
Oh, geez, Q, why don't you fucking, well, I don't know, make your own cooking commentary show?
People like to split that right there just a little bit, just to flatten this chicken out. Some people like to remove this keel bone completely out of the chicken. I do not. I like to leave it on. That little extra cartilage there will protect the chicken and you'll have a more moist bird, in my opinion. This is probably the most traditional way that most people know as a spatchcock chicken. Now here's another way that I see very common, particularly more toward the West Coast, where they will split the chicken in half. I'm gonna use the scissors this time just for the sake of example. I'm a knife guy. Okay, split the chicken in half, press it down. Again, get rid of any excess fat.
I guess in Minnesota, I'm right in the middle because I've seen both ways a lot.
Friends, this is another way to spatchcock chicken, leaving the backbone in. So you're really not leaving anything out except some of that excess fat. But once again, you see here, one side has the keel bone, the other side does not. Generally, if you cook it at the right temperature, the whole bird's gonna be pretty nice and pretty moist. All right, we're gonna do another one just like.
Me personally, this is just me. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. I keep the whole damn bird whole.
Like that?
If I'm making whole chicken, I'm making whole fucking chicken, and I want the goddamn bird whole.
For me, maybe it's because I've done this so much, it's just so much easier with a knife. Mark it first, go down through the breast till you hit the keel bone, give it a nice pop like that, and you're done. If I have a little excess keel bone here, like here, I do like to cut that off. It does
Iron Gullet, if I was hiding here, I would have banned you.
Allow the chicken to lay down a little bit flatter. So just to put these two style of birds side by side, one spatchcocked bird has a backbone in it and the other does not. I very rarely use veggie oil for anything. I would much rather prefer to use olive oil. It's a little healthier for you and I like the taste. And so we're gonna use this as a little bit of a binder. We're gonna use the American Pitmaster Company Wow. Just a nice healthy little shake. Doesn't need to be super heavy, just a nice little coat like that. Pat it down a little bit, let's do the other.
You're right, I don't get political on my cooking channel. I save that for my other channel. Anything else you need explained, dipshit?
Side. Now, if you season a little more generously on the skin, you will definitely penetrate with the salt in the rub and add some really great flavor to those chickens. Make sure you get under the wings. Those need a little rub too. For a little added color and a little more wow is just plain old smoked paprika. Okay, we've got these done and we have some more chickens to season here. And I'm going to use OG on these two chicken halves. We're going to put some of this salt, pepper, garlic. That's all we have on here. We have our chickens all seasoned up. We are ready to go to the grill. We're going to start with...
I'm sorry, but you need my all-purpose. I had onion powder.
Charcoal. We're going to throw a few chunks of wood. Today I'm going to have some pecan wood and probably a little bit of mesquite also. All right. We're going to start with these two spatchcock birds, bone side down. Right here. We're going to put the other spatchcock chicken right here. And our two chicken halves back here in the back. There we go. Ooh, that sure sounds good. That sizzle is music to my ears. Let's cook some pollo asado. One of the secrets to getting some beautiful pollo asado without burning it is, as y'all know, the flippity flip. When you have too much fire, or when the fire's really hot, you do have to flip several times to get the beautiful color you're looking at here on both sides of the pollo asado. You also need to be able to read.
Again, I don't know why they all... For these long-ass cooks, I do not know why they use lump charcoal. Lump charcoal is great, but not for long cooks.
Your fire, if you can see right here, it's not quite as much color or char over on the front side of this chicken. So a little bit later, we're going to actually rotate it 180 degrees on the next flip, so that way we get even cooking all the way across on the entire birds.
I mean, unless these bird...
Go ahead and flip this one too. There you go.
The fantastic 4-in-1 pizza. Only $7.99 at Little Caesars.
Okay.
Pizza, pizza.
With Asana, AI teammates are here.
You know, I will say this for Little Caesars. It's good pizza for the price. Just don't expect anything massive.
Here to help keep work on track. Try it for free.
And generally, when you're cooking pollo asado,
And honestly, if I get down to the point where my money gets to the point where it's either a frozen pizza or Little Caesars, I'm going to the lots of matzo pizza.
this style, it's going to be a hot and fast cook. These should be done in about 35 or 40 minutes. It was 10 minutes when we did the first flip. Also on the bottom, I rotated them 180 degrees a minute.
Except that's the problem. That's the problem. Chicken does not do well on a high heat, fast cook. I mean, you can do it, but you better be right on top of time and temperature.
A minute ago, we had a little too much fire, which happens when you're doing open fire. You got to start with a little extra. When you have a really hot fire, you have to do the flippity flip. Sometimes you got to move stuff around because it's too hot. Started with a really hot fire. I don't cook like this all the time, but I do know how to run a fire. And I am smart enough also to know that I need a dual zone temperature section, and that's why I chose to cook on this big javelin pit, because I can move my chickens over. It's still very hot here. I can feel the heat, but it's not as hot as right over the coals over here. So I flipped these two. I'm going to flip this one.
This is not how I would do chicken, but that's just me.
One more time. We want nice.
And again, I'm not saying this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's not Steve Reichlin.
Even cooking. You want to grab it from the side there, otherwise it might fall apart on you. There we go. All right.
Just, this is, if I was cooking this is not the way I would go. I would not use lump charcoal. Because again, even at a 35-minute cook, you're probably going to have to add a few more coals at least.
Now what we'll do in a little bit, we're going to swap like this as well. That way everything cooks nice and even. We'll give it about 10 more minutes here, and we'll be back to do another flip and a rotation as well. I'm adding some of these Pro Pit char logs because these light up pretty quick. They burn a long time. They add a great flavor. They're made.
So basically, he is adding briquettes. That's why my thing would be, I just do briquettes, my man.
Out of mesquite, and they don't create a lot of smoke.
I like you, dude, but
Or any kind of off flavor either. All right, now it's been about 25 minutes, and our fire has tamed way down, so we can continue to get the meat over here closer to the fire. Another great way to manipulate pollos asados, because they'll have a tendency to fall apart, is with one of these restaurant-style spatulas. You just flip it just like that, just like that. All right. Whew, definitely still have a lot of fire there. Pretty hot. So I'm gonna move these over here for just a little while, and I'm going to flip this one too, that way. Now, if you have a perfect fire, you can leave stuff on there a lot longer, maybe flip it once or twice only. But we're sitting at about 58, 60 degrees right now. We're cooking on an open pit, so there's cold air coming in like this, trying to cool the meat off from the top while we have heat on the bottom. The only way you're gonna get things done is to flip them a few times in a situation like this. When you have an open fire pit like this, that fire burns out quick. Even if it is lump charcoal, it's gone pretty quick. And that's why I'm adding these char logs a little at a time. All right, we still got some pretty good heat here, so I'm gonna flip these chickens right here. You can see where it's really sizzling and cooking. We're gonna rotate this one.
What details do I leave out that a beginner would not be able to follow my videos? I feel like I leave in all the details.
And flip it.
But hell, if there's something I'm not saying, I'm more than happy to acknowledge it.
And whoa. That was a save. All right, friends, y'all know that I like
Well, I'm doing a cooking video, not a knife technique video.
perfection when it comes to cooking meats. So we have our trusty thermopen, and we're checking this bird right here. We're looking at 167, 163 on that side. Whew, that smoke. 157. This one's not quite there. This one's done. So we're going to go ahead and pull this chicken out. We're going to go ahead and pull the others in about 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll see you guys back inside. We have our pollo asado.
The hardest part of being a superhero
I just went by the nursery. How's it looking?
is living a normal life.
Hello, Herbie. It's looking like Herbie's building the crib, which I kind of thought was a you deal.
This Friday,
Missed a spot.
meet Marvel's first family.
Oh no. You're busy peeing.
Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four. See the biggest movie of the summer in IMAX.
That's gonna bomb.
Rated PG-13.
I guarantee you, Iron Gullet, I could out-chop you.
Done. What you want to do is cook it the way you like. Whatever works better for you, that's the way you want to do it. All right, now we did have one little blowout on this one. We cut the backbone out, so sometimes there's nothing to hold this leg in place. You know, you have a very tiny little connection of bone and cartilage here. That one fell off. This one was ready to come off too. The only thing holding it was the skin, as you can see there. Ooh, see how that's starting to want to come apart too? That's a perfectly cooked bird, my friends. A lot of your restaurants will use a cleaver like this, and they'll go ahead and split it in half and cut it like that and like that. Might even cut the breast in half like that. That's just one way you can do it. Ooh, that's moist. You can see it's steaming hot. It's dripping with juices. That's a good chicken, friends. I also like to cut the thigh right here. Basically, you can get 8 pieces out of one whole chicken, 4 per side. So we need to cut this breast right here, right along. This is the way the fried chicken places do it. Usually you get the wing along with some of the breast. I don't know, I can't stand this anymore. I have to give it a taste. Skin and all. That's some good bird. All right, now this is the one that had the backbone cut out of it. You want to just go ahead and split the breast in half. Split the breast in half here. And as you can see, this thing's super moist also. Now another way you can slice the breast, a lot of times what I like to do is take the wing off. I'll slice the breast lengthwise, like this. So you have some nice, good slices you can put on a sandwich.
What the hell am I supposed to be commenting on?
In a taco, anywhere you want. God, that's so moist, look at that. That's super, super moist. All right.
Make a plate in a little bit.
Okay, so he's ate in half the chicken.
I got a bum knee today, so I'm not dancing too much. This is the traditional South Texas Pollo Asado. It's a whole half a chicken. Got a nice, pretty char underneath. Pretty color on the outside. Now this is the one that we seasoned with OG. I like to take the wing off myself and leave the drum on there. I like to separate here. When you go buy Pollo Asado at a local place here in the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas, they actually serve you the whole half a chicken like that. Some places will cut it up for you like that. So you can do it that way. There's a breast with 3 pieces. There's a drumstick and a thigh. And as I said earlier, you can always cut the thigh in 2. All right, my friend, we have our plate served. This is the way we would normally serve it at our house or for a catering. A little bit of rice and beans, chicken wing, chicken bread, a little piece of chicken thigh and a drumstick. All right, let's take a bite of this breast. This looks really good. It's super moist too.
Well, it's a cleaver, so it also has weight. It doesn't have to be that sharp.
Very.
Well, medium heat would be medium on your stove. And as for fried salami, well, when you throw it on the griddle to crisp up, right when it starts to crisp up. But tell you what, I will try to, I'll try to be a little bit more clear in my instructions.
Very, very juicy, very moist. Wowza. Super delicious.
It's just, I didn't think I had to because every single fucking goddamn range has medium on it. And also, you're gonna, and here's the other thing. Every single cooking thing is dependent on region. If somebody makes a recipe in Seattle, their instructions are going to be completely different to somebody living in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, because of altitude. That's why I do leave a level of vagueness, because somebody has to, you have to adjust to where you are. If I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which is below sea level, I have to adjust cooking times. If I live in Denver, Colorado, the Mile High City, I have to once again readjust everything. Anyway, I have to take a quick restroom break. I shall be right. Alrighty.
Not too hot. Maybe it is. You're going to see me start to sweat. At first I thought it wasn't hot, but it was hotter than I thought. A little bit of beans. A little bit of rice. Most excellent. Whoo! That Serrano's hot. It's burned.
Hey, fellow Budweiser drinker.
All the way up and all the way to right here. That's good stuff. Time to cool it off. My favorite piece. We're gonna put a little bit of rice and beans in here. We're gonna take a little piece of chicken from this thigh here. We're gonna put that in there, skin and all. It's all protein, man. A little bit of salsa tatemada.
A little bit.
That's a little bit. We had a really good time.
All right. All right, let's see. Murray's Cheese makes the best grilled cheese in New York City. All right. Best grilled cheese in New York City. Murray's Cheese, New York City.
A Google search on the best grilled cheese in New York proves that Murray's Cheese on Bleecker Street holds the coveted title.
All right. What's their secret?
Now, Murray's is literally a cheese kingdom.
Okay.
But even though grilled cheese is so simple, it's so easy to mess up. So how do they do it?
Very true, because Master Chef Gordon Ramsay fucked it up not once, but twice.
And what makes their grilled cheese the best? I hear they have a secret that helps them sell the absolute best cheeses around. They ripen their products in these cheese caves right here in New York. It's a European method, but with a twist. See, centuries ago, cheeses used to be aged in actual caves because the cool environment allowed the flavors to develop without ruining the product. Murray's Caves mimics that environment, but in a modern facility. We took a trip to these caves to learn more about how they do it. Hey guys, it's Jasmine.
And it's Jake.
And we're here at Murray's Cheese Distribution Center in Long Island City, New York, and today we're exploring their cheese caves. We got suited up.
It's not Long Island City. It's just fucking Long Island, you dumb twat.
You ever watch Grey's Anatomy and they like scrub before they go into surgery? That's exactly how I feel right now.
First stop, the Bloomy Rhinds Cave. Don't freak out, but these cheeses are all covered in mold cultures like penicillin to help them age quickly. It's not the icky kind of mold that's bad for you, so it's totally safe.
So how do you introduce the cultures into these cheeses?
So it depends on the style. The cheeses in this room, the cultures come inoculated into the cheese, and we're pretty much giving them the environmental conditions to thrive and grow.
Next up on the tour, the Alpine Cave. The Annalise cheeses in here are also known as the mountain cheeses. They're called that because they're made at high altitudes from the milk of animals that love to graze there.
So this here is a Murray's only cheese. Nobody else has this specific kind of cheese?
No, this one's exclusive to us. We imported about 2 months old from Switzerland, age it here for another at least 10 months.
They also get washed with water regularly to keep from drying out and cracking. The water for the cheese is like chapstick for your lips. Next up, the Washed Rind Cave. Unlike the cheese we just saw, the Greensware cheese in here is washed in beer so it slowly forms bacteria and yeast. But it doesn't quite taste like a bottle of Sam Adams.
Would you get to the fucking grilled cheese?
And the bread that we use, and then the amount of butter we use. I think a lot of places don't use enough fat when they're making their grilled cheese, and that's kind of the key to the even golden brown, crispy outside of the grilled cheese. So this is our greensward. This is obviously now.
Now, Jake, you're a huge cheese.
All right, I'm done with this. Fuck this. All right, this is Dads Who Cook. All right.
All right, y'all, let's talk about the ultimate comfort food, meatloaf.
Your meatloaf looks dry as fuck, dude.
There's just something about a hearty slice of meatloaf that brings everyone to the table, no matter the day or the weather outside. Now, you might be thinking, meatloaf? Really? But trust me, this isn't your grandma's dry mystery
Meatloaf is delicious.
meat situation. We're taking it up a notch with a recipe that's moist, flavorful, and guaranteed to change your mind about this classic dish. This meatloaf is juicy, packed with flavor, and has a sweet and tangy glaze that's
All right, you've shown me about 6 different meatloaves. Could you get to yours?
just out of this world. The glaze caramelizes in the oven, giving every bite a perfect balance of savory and sweet. Here's the deal. Start by grabbing a rimmed baking sheet and lining it with parchment or foil. Makes cleanup a breeze. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later when you're not scrubbing baked-on bits. Go ahead and preheat that oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Getting the oven hot and ready means your meatloaf will cook evenly and develop.
All right. Let's say this is an AI video. Then fine, I'll see if I'm smarter than a computer.
Develop that beautiful crust on the outside. First, saute a chopped onion in a little bit of oil over medium heat.
Okay, that's not a chopped onion. That's a sliced onion. And if you want caramelized onions on top of your meatloaf, that's fine.
For about 5-7 minutes, just till it's golden and soft. This step brings out the onion's natural sweetness and takes away that raw bite. Set that aside to cool down a bit. You don't want to add hot onions to your meat mixture or you'll risk scrambling the eggs. This little step right here, it's what keeps your meatloaf from tasting harsh or, giving you those onion burps. Sautéed onions blend right in, adding flavor without overpowering the dish. Now, in a big old bowl, toss in your ground beef. Get the 80 or 85% lean, because a little fat means more juicy goodness. Crack in 2 eggs, which help bind everything together and keep the loaf tender. Add those sautéed onions.
Okay.
Some minced garlic, which gives a subtle kick and depth of flavor. Ketchup, fresh parsley, panko breadcrumbs, and a splash of milk all go in next. The breadcrumbs and milk work together to keep the meatloaf moist and light, not dense.
By the way, this is what's considered a vague cooking video. He's not giving out measurements.
Or heavy. Italian seasoning, salt, and pepper round out.
Now we're showing lamb ribs.
Meatloaf set up and start developing that.
Okay, now it's a chicken. Fuck this. Okay, this only got 36 views and nothing. Yeah, fuck this. Fuck you. I'll just do this. So cut three baguettes lengthwise. 2 onions chopped. Chop up some fresh parsley. Grate some cheese, whatever the fuck type of cheese that is. Some olive oil. Cook the damn thing. Add some burger, about a pound. Teaspoon of garlic butter, teaspoon of salt, mixed herbs, black pepper. About a pound of tomato puree. Rinse it out. Alright. Cook till thick, add parsley, spoon the cheese mixture in, air fry, and done. I may steal that. Alright, Alright, you want rage? I'll give you rage. This is the Cooking with Jack show.
You are watching the Cooking with Jack show.
A meatloaf pan. Hold on, not a problem. I'll give you a link. Oh, for the love of Christ almighty. Alright. Hopefully this link works. But there is a link that you can... Oh, I can't put links in the chat. Ah, fuck it. Whatever. Get a fucking meatloaf pan. Just Amazon it.
Hey guys, okay, so I just looked on my phone. They asked if I wanted to renew my subscription to NFL Plus, which is pretty cool because I can watch all the games whenever, I switch around. I get the red zone, which I usually just watch. And I got all excited, and I thought...
Yeah, you can do a loaf pan if you do 93.7. I don't want to do that.
Wow,
I need another dish to fucking goddamn... I need another pan to catch all the fat.
Can start doing football finger foods again. So, preseason is next month. We're getting all excited about it, all revved up. Hope the season's good. I selected the Raiders this year. I always pick a long shot. So I picked the Raiders. And now I'm going to take you into the kitchen. Yeah. And we're going to make football finger food. Okay, so the key is full-size white tortillas. We're not using them right now. I'm going to put them over there, but make sure you get the full size, okay? Don't get corn. Don't get the small flour ones. And I want you to do me a favor. Go get a mixing bowl right now because we're going to mix mozzarella cheese, pepperoni, Italian seasoning. Make sure you got also marinara for dipping, okay? We're giving this a really good mix. So you can see we kind of cut them in half or quarters. So we chopped up all our pepperonis.
That's wonderful,
mixed
Jack.
the cheese. You go this way. Yep, this way. That's right. And then you go this way. Kind of like that. Okay? And then you're going to take the stuffing and fill it and then put it on a plate. So we're going to do that right now. Okay? Just fill the little cup area with however much you want.
Of course, he needs his wife because he's a fucking cripple.
Leave a little bit of room because you're going to have to crimp it. So maybe we'll take some out. We've never done this before, guys. So we're doing it with you first time. All right. So go ahead and make one more, and then we're going to try.
Believe it or not, I actually agree with you, Iron Gullet. Just make a case of fucking Dia.
They said you can crimp these closed. I'm not sure you can.
Well, if you did, that'd be a quesadilla. Just.
So we're going to try.
Well, unfortunately, Jack's. I might be a little kinder to Jack. You guys don't know his past history. If he was a good guy, he's not. And the cunt that he's with, Tammy, yeah, she's a completely evil cunt too, so I don't really have any sympathy.
They showed other people using a fork, so we're going to try and use a fork.
Just make a quesadilla! Jesus Christ, you Jesus toe-sucking bitch!
So once you made
Okay, here's another way to look at it. I really don't give a fuck if I'm ableist or not. Yeah, I'm sorry, but when you're crippled, you can't do certain things. That's reality.
a whole tray of these, 400 degrees, 10 to 12 minutes. That's it. But we're still not done. So let's fill a whole bunch and then we'll show you the next step. While the oven's preheating up to 400 degrees, just going to take a little bit of oil.
And by the way, if Jack would do his exercise, change his diet, and blah, 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 he'd be fine.
On each one. Okay. You don't have to watch me do all of them. Just going to do 2. Take a little bit of garlic salt, black garlic salt.
Again, because God forbid we actually have anything low sodium.
Season it right on top. Well, there it is, guys. Pizza Pockets video number 1 for football finger food. We're doing it really early. Get your...
Yeah, it's not even the preseason, I don't think. Again, I don't give a rat's ass about the NFL preseason, so...
Red Zone subscription.
Like, it's in September, my friend.
Subscription going. If you don't want to pay for, like, the whole season ticket, I know NFL Plus for $100 does a better plan. So, check that out. But in the meantime, let's check this out. Okay, so just to be clear, this is the 1 year I picked a long shot. I picked the I picked the Las Vegas Raiders to go all the way. So root with me if you're a Raider fan.
They're not going to, Jack. And I can tell you this because they have the same cheapskate owner. I mean, this guy still cuts his own fucking hair, and he's a goddamn billionaire. So, yeah, there's no way in hell the Raiders are going anywhere. Yeah, they had their one moment with John Madden, and that was that.
If you're not, I normally root for the Cowboys, but until Dak's gone, I pretty much have written that off.
The Vikings will get to a Super Bowl long before the fucking Raiders will.
So, I'll be rooting for the Raiders to go all the way. It's going to be a party if they do. So, let's check this out right now.
Well, are you from California or what? Or do you just like the Raiders? Like every fucking elementary school boy loves the Raiders.
We just got some Rayo's marinara that you can dip in. Let's give that a try. It's crispy. I like it. They're just like Pizza Hut.
So the only review you have on is it's crispy? Methinks you didn't like this one, Jack.
Pockets, but better. They're homemade.
Yeah. Alright. I'm going to pull this a little early tonight. And this is where I'm going to end it. So, good night, everybody.
Door.